sport, including your views on which teams might be going down. But now to our interview with an exciting young Zambian forward, Fashion Sakala, who's 22 and plays for KV Ostend in Belgium. Sakala has shone for Zambia at under-20 level and has 8 appearances now for the senior national team. Sakala spoke to Planet Sport Football Africa's Liam Flint, who first asked how it is playing in Belgium.
Yeah, to be honest, this is like, it's part of the best leagues in the world, top 6 leagues in the world. So I really like it and I'm enjoying myself. I think I'm happy to be in this league, playing for Belgium League. It's amazing. It's nice. I'm surrounded with good people. I'm enjoying in Belgium.
Just looking at 2019, you've said you've had a good year. So Zambia not reaching the Africa Cup of Nations, that must have been really disappointing for you and for everyone concerned. Are you now looking forward to putting that right and to bouncing back in this next year when you put on that Chapolo Polo shirt?
Honestly, that's the pressure I have. I always think about that. I really want my country to play the AFCON. I'm always working hard that when I go back to the national team, I think it's time to do something for the country. It's time to die a little bit for the country. So we work hard. I believe we can do it. I think it's time to show the impact that the country was missing. I know all the players who went there, they did their best. They really worked hard, but it wasn't our time.
You got a brand new year, 2020. What are your goals when you look forward to the next year? Have you got any things that you really want to achieve or that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm always praying to God that things should be better than 2019. As a football player, you have to think higher, you have to dream high. And I'm looking forward to play for better teams, if not the best teams, but at least something good should happen. I'm playing for a good team, but as young as I am, I need to keep on thinking high. I need to believe in myself that I should keep on going. Yeah, I think I have the qualities to keep going higher and higher for better teams than the one I'm playing for now.
On your Instagram, the first line, when you go on your page, it reads, "God is the key of my career success," which is obviously a really important thing to you. Why is that on there? Why do you put your hope in God like that?
When I look at my life, I can see that God is with me. God has changed a lot in my life. I was born from a very poor family, a family that we used to sleep without food, a family that has had nothing to rely on. And we believed that God is there for us. We used to have prayers as a family. And that's the time I started becoming stronger and stronger in God, making my faith being more stronger and stronger in God. I kept that from my childhood, that God is there for me. God will help me. I always read the Bible. I always read the Bible every day and I pray every day. So I believe what the Bible says. I remember when I was in grade 6, when we had prayers, then I told my dad that the Bible said in John 14, verse 14, that whatever I ask in his name, he will give it to me. So I told my dad that I want to be a professional footballer. And then that time I was very young. And then my dad said, if you believe in God, that God will do it for you, then you'll be a professional footballer. So from that time, I kept that in my mind, that whatever I ask in God, God will do it for me. I kept it in my mind that God is there. And I kept on asking him that he should help me to be a professional player. Things just kept on going. I never lost hope. I kept on believing that God is there for me until he answered me. I was born in a Lulu area. It's a place whereby even people from there, they can't believe that I'm here now. They can't believe that I'm here now, but God did it for me. He answered my prayers, and I also wanted to prove him that what I promised him, I can also do it for him. I came to realize that all these things which are happening in my life now, it's all by the grace of God. God is the key of my career success.
So many Zambians, even outside Zambia, just people across the continent look up to you, and they must see that success that you're having now and think, wow, that's an amazing story. Can you just tell us, for all those people listening who are maybe young players across Africa, how did you get yourself spotted? How did you get yourself noticed when you were playing grassroots football back in Africa? Was there anything that you could pass on for advice?
The first thing, like I always say, they have to believe in God. They have to believe that God is there for them. In whatever situation they are going through, they have to believe that God is there for them, because there is a reason for everything they are going through. There is a purpose in every situation that we are going through. So they have to believe that God is there for them. We had a tournament, it's like inter-schools. I think we had like 4 games, inter-school games. And then I scored like 9 goals. That was my first time when I realized that I can do it in football, because that's the time I received my first call to go to a better team. After that tournament of the school inter-schools tournament, I joined the team that was playing amateur, and then I went there. I had a very good season. I played 17 games. I scored 36 goals. The following year, we had the inter-provincial games. I was the only player who was selected from my school. That was 2013. That's the time I met Patson Daka. That time when we were schoolboys. And he was playing for Lusaka province. I was playing for Eastern province. I went there. I had a very good tournament for provincial games. I played 6 games. I scored 9 goals. I was the top scorer of the tournament. And one teacher got my line. That's how I got noticed by the club, which plays in the first. Now it's in the second league, but by then it was in the first league, Zambia Super League, Nchanga Rangers. So I knew that was not me being a good player, but it was by the grace of God. It was just the way. God was making a way for me. He was making the way for me to make it in football. He's a miracle working God, and he performed his miracles for me.
Okay, Fashion, important last question here.
Yeah.
Who do you think right now is the best African footballer on the planet? When you think of Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Andre Onana at Ajax.
No need to waste time, Sadio Mane.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, why Sadio?
I always go for Sadio Mane. He's like my inspiration. I always watch his clips. He's such a talent. He's a very good player, very talented, and very humble. I talked to Sadio Mane on phone 2 times. So he's a very humble guy, a very good guy, very good player.
Well, that's Zambian forward Fashion Sakala speaking to Liam Flint on his football and his faith. And by the way, that interview was recorded well before the CAF Awards, so confirmation may be that Sadio Mane was the right choice. This is Planet Sport Football Africa, brought to you by Passion for Sport. You can download our app and listen to the show anytime and access past programmes in our archive. To download, go to the Play Store or the Apple iTunes App Store and enter Planet Sport Football Africa. Well, next on the show, let's go to social media. And last week we asked, which teams do you think will be relegated from sport, including your views on which teams might be going down. But now to our interview with an exciting young Zambian forward, Fashion Sakala, who's 22 and plays for KV Ostend in Belgium. Sakala has shone for Zambia at under 20 level.